Money can buy you many things, like food, shelter, clothing, not happiness. And always something else is needed. Some illnesses cannot be cured with money, but with love, said the Mother Teresa. So stay with me today, because I'm going to share with you a collection of insights of how energy and money are related. Let's start. And yes, money is a reflection of how we manage our emotions, how we attract it, how we drive it away with our thoughts, our actions, our decisions, and most of them are unconsciously, actually. A big part of our economic situations actually is inside of us. So I put for you this collection of insights based on my almost 2 years of therapy, working with families, with clients, with couples. So stay with me and let's unpack this topic that is sensitive. This is not your episode about manifestation or about it's about reflection. And based on reflection and changing your behaviors, I truly believe you can manifest everything that you want, not only money. So, before we start the topic about money, I want to talk to you about the course on anxiety. We have a 10 days course on how to manage your anxiety. 1,000 people or more, actually 1,700 people, have already rated the course and they say they love it. So come and enjoy this course. It's going to be on sale from now until Thanksgiving, and if you are watching after Thanksgiving, still the normal price is a very good deal. Work with me for 10 days on how very specific ways of working with your anxiety. Okay? Follow the link. Okay, let's start the topic. There are very common and emotional and financial dynamics. Consider this. The one that you love the most is the one that you give the most. So the one person that we love the most is the one person that we give the most. This is how I observe it in psychotherapy. And let me put for you an example. It can be the father that doesn't have resources. I'm just pulling an example, yeah. A father that doesn't have resources for the daughter, and the daughter wants to do a career or something, and the father doesn't seem to have resources. But if the son was a motorcycle, he definitely has resources. Or the families that they don't have resources for the children to go to the university, but they certainly can throw a big quinceañera party. Why? Because the big quinceañera party is about something dearly that they probably didn't have themselves, yeah? And probably didn't have these big dreams about university. I see very often that in therapy. So the one or the something that we love the most is that we give the most. So therefore, it never matters how much money you have. There is something, these openings that are the escape, yeah, where your money keep escaping. Here is another thought. Guilt is usually a good motive to give money. You feel guilty about something, and some people find out, and they want your money. Guess what? This is where they can enter your wallet. If they learn, they manage that, and they pull your strings from the guiltiness, of course you are going to give money. Therefore, it's our responsibility to know ourselves better. It's our responsibility to know where we feel guilty and do something about it that is not as expensive. And we are talking about money here, but let's talk about energy, because money is energy. So let's talk about energy. Your energy will go into that, like pouring your energy into that. And then you may say, why I'm so tired? Because this is the particular area in your life that you feel guilty. Not everything, not every passion that we have is because we feel guilty. Listen to me. I'm not telling that all our motives are based on being guilty or feeling guilty. Yeah, no. It's when you feel that you have that unconscious or conscious need to repair something. And by the way, when we talk about unconscious in Gestalt therapy, we say sometimes unconscious is irresponsible. And not in the sense of I don't want to offend you, it's not an offense. It's an observation. It could be irresponsible because you are not yet taking responsibility. When you start taking responsibility of that feeling and embrace it and feel, yes, I feel guilty. I feel guilty about this. I feel shame about this. When you start embracing it, recognizing it, and embody that feeling, and you start doing something different about it. Yeah. So there is a fantasy that when we give money, we are going to get an exchange love or recognition. And this is the most common thing that I see in therapy. So being respected and receive love is not coming through money. People may make you believe so. Yeah. And sure, you can give comfort to somebody, or you can give happiness, or you can give protection through money. But when you give respect and love, actually, if you pour tons of money into somebody's life, but you don't know anything about them and you don't know what makes them happy, you may actually end up buying for them something that doesn't fit their needs. And then you may say, why they are so ungrateful? It's because you didn't took the time to honor them, to recognize them. And maybe you even didn't need that much money to pour into that project or that person. Yeah. So money doesn't equal love and respect. That you need to earn it. Doesn't matter how much money. When we are embarrassed, we set up ourselves for an unfair negotiation. When we have shame, if I am feel shameful or again guilty, but I have shame about something that I did, and I don't seem to recognize that, I am going to be very vulnerable for very unfair agreements where I will lose, yeah, and I will lose money, I will lose whatever, time, energy, prestige, whatever. Most money beliefs get into ourselves when we are children. Yeah, we learn those behaviors, we learn those sentences or beliefs from our adults when we were growing up. Therefore, it's important that you start writing your beliefs, you make a list of your beliefs and say, this is what I believe now. This is what is true. This is partially true. This is not true at all. So you kind of separate them themselves and start digesting better. Yeah. Fritz Perls, a Gestalt therapist, used to say, we just swallow our beliefs sometimes. We don't digest, separate, we don't learn from it. Yeah. So it's a homework to put together your beliefs and to question your beliefs. That's not an easy thing to do. My experience in observing families in therapy is that this is just an observation, and in your comments let me know if that is still true for you, or you observe that in your family or in people that you know. In our culture, in our Latino culture, and I also observe in the Indian culture, in the Chinese culture sometimes, in our cultures where women are not as equally, they are not seen as equal. Women try or don't try to take charge of finances. They don't pay attention to learn how the husband or the partner is doing. They kind of have a blind eye for all finances. And sometimes women, they don't want to be seen as taking advantage. Sometimes when I talk about women, when I ask women or I ask the couple, do you share with each other your what you have in your banking accounts? Do you share how much or the administration of the household? Do you share how much you are losing actually in credit cards or something like that? Sometimes it's actually the woman who says, "Oh no, I don't want to go there. I don't want to bother him." And like, no, let's bother him. Yeah, let's open this. Because if you are living with a person and you don't know what is the finances of the household and you don't ask, this is why a huge percentage of women, actually women tend to survive men after in the elder years, and women are most likely to be in poverty because we don't ask, because it's embarrassing the topic. Yeah, so take that into consideration. The majority of people, what I see in therapy, they hardly have a financial plan in place. We don't talk about it, they don't plan. Yeah. So they don't have the life insurance, they don't have all of this umbrella of protection that the finance person teaches. They don't have living trust, they don't even know how they are going to distribute their wealth when they pass away, etc. So it's very important. It's part of your self-esteem. This is coming from a psychologist. It's not coming from a financial advisor. I love listen to financial advisors when they say you pay attention, yeah. But this is from the psychological perspective. Please pay attention to your emotions around money, because you may end up poor or in very bad shape if you get into disability, or if you cannot work anymore, or for any reason, or if you end up without your partner. Yeah, and we don't want that for you. Also, in therapy, I have learned in family therapy that big secrets tend to carry big amounts of money. When there is this huge secret in the family, and we want people not to disclose our secret or not to talk, we tend to buy the silence. And I'm not talking about when you openly, shamelessly buy the silence for something. Yeah, you are part of the mafia or whatever you are doing. No. I'm talking about unconsciously or irresponsibly, like Phil Spurs will say. When you don't want something to be said or to be acknowledged or to be exposed, you tend to lose a lot of money. So you need to balance. Yeah, is my life getting better because I'm keeping that secret, or I am asking somebody else to keep that secret? Is it worth it, or I better save some money? I'm telling you, after this episode, I hope you save good money. Yeah, big chance of money. And the third segment, questions that you must ask yourself when doing a self-evaluation. Those are the questions that you must ask yourself when you are doing this self-evaluation. You need to sit yourself, have a conversation, and say, how can I analyze this situation? Am I going to do on my own, or am I going to go to therapy for it? Yeah, because why not? I'm going to take this topic to my therapy session and work with it and help somebody from the outside perspective to help me to realize this. Can I count that if I am doing on my own, can I count that I am going to tell myself the truth? Can I be true to myself? Can I be brave to seek professional help in the financial advisor perspective? Not only a professional, a mental health professional. Can I go and ask for a financial advisor? Can I bring my partner and both of us sitting with a financial advisor? Yeah. What is the actual need, emotional need that I have when I am asking for money or crying about money or complaining with my family members about money? There is an exercise very interesting that I ask families, and I will leave this exercise for you here. Write down every single complaint you have about money in your family from any other family member. Anything, any complaint. This person spent too much money. My husband gives too much money to his family of origin. My son always comes and only asks me for money. You name it. Once you have it written down, go and scratch the word money and change it for love. And then read out loud for yourself. My husband gives more love to the family of origin than to our family. Oh, ouch. Yeah. My son only comes when he needs love from me. Wow. You will take different decisions after this little tiny exercise, I hope. There's another question to ask yourself. If money were not a problem in this relationship, how this relationship would be? What is it that I value in this relationship if money were not a problem? What I am expecting from a person when I am asking for money? What I am expecting from this person when I am asking for money? How this relationship could change if we didn't have money exchange or any economic exchange? You can ask that to yourself in your client relation, with your clients, with your boss, with your company, not only in your partner or in your family members. You can add in every aspect of your life. How this will be different if there were not money exchange. Still, do I want to do this job? Do I want to serve this kind of clients? Is something that I want to keep doing? Having a healthy habit with money is extremely important. So I am going to suggest some healthy habits here for you. And you can check what is it that you want, what is the habit that you want to embrace from now on. Remember, it takes 21 days to insert one new habit in our life. Okay? So there must be clarity on who I am and what I am willing to give to myself. Imagine that money for 21 days, for the next 21 days, imagine that money comes from a fountain and it doesn't come from a cake. How? What is different, Carmen? When we imagine that the money comes from a fountain and all we need is a bucket and we take the bucket and we can take more and more and more, and this is this unlimited source that we can go again and again, we are going to be more relaxed. We are going to be able to actually manifest more. Yeah. Now I'm talking about pure manifestation. When you love and are relaxed around money, and I'm not talking when you love with that sense of grasping, or containing. When you are relaxed and money can flow in and out of your life, when you plan, when you love yourself and pay yourself first and all of these things, the universe will love you back and money will not be a problem. Actually, when you start manifesting, truly manifesting, that's coming from my experience. I came from extremely poor background. No electricity, no running water, no whatever. Yeah. I came from I love when I turn on the switch. for the light. I just love because it's light. Oh my God, what a privilege to be turning on the light. Yeah. So when I started manifesting and I learned to manifest, it was items that came to my life. The next TV or the next car or the next this or the next that. Actually, when you start manifesting, you need to make space in your life for the things that are coming. Yeah. Don't think about asking for money. Think about asking for what you want. And it will come. It will come to you when the time is right. I know. Yeah. When the time is right and when it's in the benefit of everybody involved. This is being relaxed about money. Okay? So, a good healthy habit, another habit, is be reasonable in the amount of debt that you have or have none. I know the United States is about having debt. Don't truly believe that. Hopefully you can live without debt, or you have a reasonable amount of debt that is probably you are paying your house, or probably you are paying, I don't know, a student loan, you are paying your car, something, a big purchase. But also have a plan. Have a plan and always respond. Yeah? Be always responsible. Yes, I have that student loan, Carmen, but I haven't seen the student loan paperwork since 5 years ago. Hello? That's not being really responsible. That's not it owning your debt. Yes, I have a mortgage, but I never pay attention to it. Hello? It's time to pay attention. So this is reasonable amount and responsible amount of debt. Or have none. Pay your credit cards all on time. Sit down and explore what credit cards to pay first. Yeah. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm telling you from your well-being. Because if you are free of stress, you will be free of anxiety or depression and shame, guilt, everything around money. Yeah. And then you will have mental health. This is why I'm talking to you this way. So, getting information from specialized resources when it comes to money management. Don't ask your families or your family members or friends who are broken why they will give you good advice on money. No. Go and educate yourself from trustworthy resources. Yeah. Financial advisors, there are tons in YouTube that you can educate yourself. Pay attention to it. Yeah. This is loving money in the good way. Wow, that was quite quite an analysis of money. Let me know. Let me know in the comments if you are here in YouTube. Let me know in the podcast. Come to our website and click there if we have the intercom there and leave us your comments and say, Carmen, this is what I learned from this episode. I love it. Or this is what I didn't like it. Or please do that better the next time. Yeah. Be kind. Be loving because it is quite some vulnerability to be in front here of you. Okay. If you like this episode, if you think you learned something from this episode, please share. Share with your family members, with your friends, with everybody around. Because when you share, you help us to fulfill our mission of having mental health or raising the awareness of prevention of mental health. And if you feel like it, and if we save you a big chunk of money, especially in this episode, feel free to support this channel, this YouTube channel or this podcast. In the website, we have a link for donations, and in the YouTube, you will find a link for donations as well. That helps us to keep going. I truly believe and expect that you have a better relationship with money in your life, and money just flows to your life. Bye for now.